Angelonia, the dark rose variety. Let's see, that and that are Shasta daisies. This is a wild sunflower. It gets like 10 or 12 feet tall maybe, with tons of little sunflower blooms. It's gorgeous. Just came up on its own. Let's see, what else is in here? There's a calendula right there. There's a bunch of random rudbeckias that have self-sowed from last year, and then there's gazanias there. I think that's a lemon verbena? No, I can't remember. I think this is the lemon verbena. Yes, it says so right there. There's 4 salvia plants here, and then more calendula. I think I put nasturtiums on this side also. I forget what that is, but I planted it just for the pretties. And then there's a lavender. There's some volunteer zinnias left over from last year. There's a lot of lamb's quarters in here that I haven't pulled up yet. I feed them to the chickens whenever I feel like coming in here and weeding in the garden. I've got my beds, or at least this part, lined with comfrey. The ones in the middle there didn't take, so I put some new comfrey starts in there maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, and you can already see them there. Where are the others? There's one. There's a few more over there. So I'm very excited about that. I've got the other side of the coop lined with comfrey. There's big comfrey plants there along the back fence, and then all along the back fence to there. I'm trying to make a rhizome barrier so I don't get so much Bermuda grass in here. It's such a pain to deal with that stuff. It's just manual labor. Let's see, what do we got here? Some cabbages. Excited about those. Maybe some broccoli, or maybe I just got 2 cabbages. I don't know. We'll find out. I doubt they do well, but it's more of an experiment. I think I've got some nasturtiums coming in on the corner here. Some more Bermuda. Get that out of the way. Okay, so we've got some lavender. There's a bunch of amaranth. I think this is Love Lies Bleeding, maybe. I can't recall the specific variety. I'm gonna let a couple of them grow out, maybe one, because it gives you so many seeds. That's where I've got thousands of them still, and I've been pulling them up every day. There's a bunch of dill going on in here. I think I put some calendulas randomly. Some marigolds. Let's see, these are beefsteak tomatoes. I think this might be a sorrel. What do you guys think? I didn't put it there. Maybe seed in the winter. I'm not sure. We did these beds in the winter, maybe late fall actually, and then we sowed just tons of stuff just for fun to see what would happen in the winter, and then it monsooned that day and all the seeds got mixed. So that was a fun night. This is salad burnet. If you're unfamiliar with it, it tastes like cucumber. It's amazing. If you don't like the cucumber texture, but you like the flavor, this stuff, add it to salads. It's wonderful. The older leaves are a little bitter, but the new leaves, oh, those are great. You want to, if you don't want a bunch of them, you want to pull these before they go to seed, because they will propagate profusely, apparently. Some chives. What we got? Oh yeah, there's some more grass. Perfect. So moving on to some fun stuff. Some more comfrey. We've got peppers. I planted tons of beans through here, all through here. These are dragon tongue beans, all down the front of this bed, where these are all peppers. And then I guess only one of them came up, but this is a suyo long cucumber. I'm not sure what that is. I'll have to dig into that, see what it might be. There's quite a few of them around here. And then these are all, let's see, those are some sort of bell peppers. These are all bell peppers. And then at the end, I've got garden salsa peppers. These are all pickling cucumbers. I think there's 10 of them. All the way down here, there's some, another kind of lavender is calendula. Need to come in here and weed on the other side of this chain link fence because it makes it look bad on this side. Lots of volunteer maple trees from the neighbor. Got to keep at it or they'll just get bigger and harder to deal with. Back behind each one of these and over there is a Japanese winged bean. Hopefully they come up. I've got 4 here and then 4 over there. I forget what that is, but it's nice and pretty and multicolored. These are walking onions, I think. They get real heavy and they fall over and they sprout new onions just like that. Super cool. The bulbs aren't very tasty at that point once they get huge, but man, are they neat. And these are definitely, you know, all parts are edible. But marigolds, some salvia, a Dr. Wychee's yellow tomato there. There's a marigold back there just for fun. There's a lot of weeds in here, like wild lettuce. What is that? Ragweed. That's what that is. Lots of lamb quarters, that wild sunflower, and some other random things. I just haven't weeded this part. You can kind of see there and maybe sort of along the back where all that comfrey is. I need to get back in there and weed all that. I might let that sunflower go just because it'll be pretty in the back corner. All this garlic will come out next month. This is May something. May 11th maybe? May 12th? I'm not sure. Don't really have anything going on here. These are the Japanese winged beans, which are, 2 of them are starting to come up, which I'm terribly excited about. Cannot wait to try those. They look just great. They look really cool. I watched some videos on them. They look super tasty. They get long. Get a lot of food out of one little bean. What are these? Oh, lantanas. I wonder if that's what that other one was, a form of lantana. I'm not sure. What do we got going on? A little compost thing. This was filled. This is, 4 feet tall maybe. I had it all the way to the top 2 weeks ago, just with leaves and garden, that stuff. Just picking it up, throwing it in there. And it's down to that. It's like 20% maybe. I think that's pretty exciting. I haven't turned it over or anything. So there's a bunch of corn. There's 6 rows of corn here. The Wade's giant Indian corn. I'm not sure. I can't remember the name exactly. Something like that. And then there's 3 rows of Bush Lake beans there. Comfrey all along. I need to come in here and maybe throw some mulch down. What do we got? Marigolds, gazania. I think there's some nasturtiums in here also. I know what you're thinking. That's chocolate mint in the ground. Yeah, but we eat a lot of it. And the chickens will, if it ever gets through here, chickens will devour that. This is my stick hinge marking off the blue cornflowers that I sowed, that I harvested seeds from a couple years ago. So hopefully, I think at least one of them is coming up, which is promising, maybe. I think the others are lamb quarters. But it's kind of cool when you save seeds, you know, and plant them again and they come back, and it's fun. It's a fun process. Marigolds. This is some sort of mint. I think it might be spearmint. Maybe not though. They look a little small for spearmint. I'll have to look at the tag. What's here? It's broccoli maybe. There's definitely nasturtiums in there. Salvia, gazanias. God, those flowers are so pretty. Lemongrass. What's that? Maybe a broccoli? I think those are broccoli. These are habaneros. Some Bibb lettuce. Needs to be harvested for sure. It's very delicious. There's some cayenne peppers down there. We'll get there. Come back over this way. There's some marigolds. Maybe another broccoli. What is this? Kellogg's breakfast tomato. The lady said it was amazing and they were huge. So why not? Salvia. More broccoli. Jalapeno. This is cilantro that was sowed in the fall when we did all this, and there was probably 10 of them spread throughout this bed, but we don't really eat cilantro that much. But I do really enjoy when these flowers start turning to seed. They'll turn into these little green balls of deliciousness that they explode, and it tastes like cilantro, and they're just incredible. So I want to save a bunch of them and put them in salads. Let's get some of this. I think this is nutsedge grass. Meh. Calendula. Just moved over here. Some more onions. Marigolds. I am not sure what this is. I thought it was a dandelion. Turns out it's not. The leaves are a little fuzzy, and I could not discern what it was from any of my apps. And then it started getting these really tall flower stalks. So I'm happy that I left it here, and I'm very curious what's going to happen over the next week. Pretty pink flowers. Salvia. And then bug or slug eaten tomatoes all the way down. Very frustrating. But they should come back. I think they are, in fact. There's some new leaves on that guy. I also threw a bunch of basil, sweet basil, down in between. So hopefully that starts coming up soon. These are all Amish paste, and I think those are Jetstar. I don't remember. I'll have to look at the tags. Some more marigolds. I'm sure I threw other seeds of something else in there. Spinach that overwintered. Some more onions. That is a Genovese basil, I think. Might be sweet basil. Tarragon, marigolds, spinach, bronze fennel. Culinary sage. Spicy globe basil. There. Stevia, which is such a unique plant for, sweetening stuff. I don't know if I'll ever use it. I'm sure I will. I'll dry it and powder it and then use that as my sugar substitute. We'll see how it goes. All along here, those are purple burgundy beans. There's probably 60 in this bed. Very excited about that. Some calendulas. A lot of calendulas. They're pretty useful. And these are my Blauwschokker peas. Tons. Super tasty. Here. Crunchy and delicious. Looks like I need to maybe run a wire between the stakes. Keep these guys up. Oh, or I could do that. Perfect. It's almost as if they were designed to do something like that. Good job. Yeah. There's the chickens doing chicken things. It's about bedtime though, so they're a little calm. You guys want anything? Let's feed them a lamb's quarter. you go. Little dinosaurs. Veggie dinosaurs. In the moment. I have fed them a ton tonight, so maybe they're not super into it. Maybe they are. Anyway, that's what's going on in the veggie garden.